Okay. Yeah, last class, what we have discussed, guys? Last class, what we have discussed? Don't remember? Yes, arithmetic operation, relational operators, and string concatenation, and equality operators, right? Today we are going to discuss about. Actually, yesterday we discussed in the last class double equal to and double equal to only. I think not equal to I didn't explain, right? And not equal means exactly it is of checking the true or false is there, right? If equal means it will give true. If you are giving not means it is going to return a false. It will check the condition for not. If both are not equal, then only it will condition will satisfy. And let's go and see that where exactly we are. Yeah. So this equality operator that we have verified. Okay. So not equal means it will check if both are not equal, it will return the false. The condition will check that. Okay. If equal, it will return false. If your requirement is you don't want to check both are not equal, then in that case only condition should satisfy. Then in that case we will use of not condition. Instead of one more equal, we will remove that. Then we will use of not. Okay. Now, next part. So, what is the difference between there is one more dot equals method is there? Okay, what is the use of a double equal method, double equal operator, and what is the use of a dot equals method? Okay, now let's go and see. We'll take up one example. Okay, now let's take off an example. String s equal to new string of techno. Okay, IBC techno. Now I'm creating one more string object, one more string object with by using new operator I created of techno. Okay, now so what I want to do, I want to check off equality. Okay, equality means so which one will check the content, which one will check the reference, that will verify now. Okay, now if if s1 s equal to s1 s1, okay, you let out that will tell enough both are same. Okay, both are same, just have given okay some message. Now let's go and verify that given two string objects I have created. Okay, if s equal to s1, okay, we'll check whether it is both are equal or not. Both are equal. So is there any change in the content, guys? Both are having techno, correct, or the message? Okay. Now whether it will check content or reference, okay, that we'll see. Now let's, and along with that we'll print off what exactly s contains. It contains of, it will give off techno only, but internally it will check the reference. It is not giving anything, right? Let's else block also write it. Both are not same. Okay. Now both are, it is giving not same because internally the equal to operator, double equal to operator is checking the address of the object where exactly it is stored in the memory. Okay, but let's say for example, if you are checking if dot equals, there is one more method, there is one more method, dot equals method is there. So the dot equals method will be used to compare the content of the object, what is exactly inside the object. Okay, both object contains techno. Okay, this time see both are equal. Okay, Before I given double equal to. This time I used of dot equals. The double equal to operator will verify where exactly the address of the object or reference, it will compare it. Okay. But in case of dot equals method, it will check the content of the object. What exactly inside the object, it contains the data content. Okay. Content means the techno values. Let's say if I'm changing to techno t. Okay. Now let's see. In this case, it will give both are not equal to, both are not same. Okay, so that means that from this you should understood, if the content is same, then in that case, if you want to check the content validation, content comparison, then we should go for dot equals method. Okay, if you want to refer the reference comparison, then we should go for dot double equals, then we should go for double equals. Yes, equal to yes one. Okay, it is going to return off false. Okay, if you want to check system.out.println yes dot equals of yes one, then it's going to return true. That is the reason we are going inside if condition, and it is this condition is satisfied. That is the reason we are going to inside if condition, and the code is executing. Now let's run it. See, the first one is returning false. The next one is dot equals is returning true, and both are, this if condition is satisfied. That is the reason it is executing of both are equal statement is executed. This is what the difference between dot double equal to operator and dot equals method. That's what I have given in the content as well, in the document as well. Okay, in general, okay, we use double equal to operator for reference comparison or address comparison, and dot equals method is for content comparison or the data which is data available inside the object, that is content. Okay, in that case we will go for dot equals method to compare the content of the objects. Okay, that's what the meaning of this one. Next topic is it clear guys, what is the use of double equal to operator and what is the use of dot equals method? Clear guys or not clear? Guys, are you able to hear me? So, yes, yeah, okay. Let's say the double equal to operator. Let's say if you are creating objects like this, okay. Now, in the first line, what exactly, how internally it will create the object in the heap memory means, okay. Let's say it will create one object in the, it is of, let's say it is of totally, yeah, is of totally heap memory. Okay, the objects will be created in heap memory. Okay, objects will be created in heap memory. In the heap memory, the first, what is the first statement we are using of, first statement is string s equal to new string of techno. Okay, so then in this case it is created one object name is yes. Okay, and it is pointing to this object. This is the memory location in the heap memory, some memory location. For this there might be some address is there. That is what we will give 1 2 3, yeah, like this some value will be their address. Okay, to identify that memory address. Okay, there may be some address reference is there. Okay, that reference will be assigned to yes. Okay, next, inside this object, inside the object, what it will store means, it will store of techno content. Okay, the content, so this content will be stored inside the object. For this object, there means some address will be assigned. Okay, that address is 123 ghd, some address. That address is assigned to yes. That address is assigned to yes. Now, next line again we are doing one more address, one more object is created. Next, one more address is created. Guys, are you able to hear me? Right? Yeah. So next again, it is going to create of one more object. It is going to 1 second, guys. Let me switch on charging. Yeah, in the second line also, it is going to create of one more object. One more object. What is the object name this time? This time object name is s1. Okay, it is going to create of object s1. Okay, S1, and it will point to the object memory location. So for this it will create of some reference. Okay, internally it will create of one reference. For this is 35 of some reference number it will create. Okay, that will be assigned to s1. Okay, if we are using on inside this also we have contain de techno. Okay, now whenever we are using s equal to s1 means internally it will check off. Internally it will check off what is the value of s. Value of s is 123 GHD double equal to 321 HGT. Is it both are same? Guys, in double equal to operator it will check off the address comparison. Address of the s is 123 GHD, address of s1 is 321 HGT. Both are not same. That is the reason it is going to return false. It is going to return false. Let's say if I am going for if I am going to s dot equals of s1 means s dot equals of s1 means it will check off 123 not 123 sorry is techno. Okay, techno equal to techno or not. In this case is it same or not? If you are using dot equal to operator, internally it will use of content comparison. Both are same or not? From this you should understood, if dot equal to operator if you are using, okay, then it will use of address comparison. If you are using double equal to operator, internally it will check of content comparison. Is it clear, guys? I think someone asked. Clear? Yeah. Now next one is instance of operator. Next is instance of operator. Now when we should go for instance of operator means let's say we have some list of some 10 objects is there. Okay, list of some 10 objects is there. Okay, let's say for example there is one predefined class list is there. Okay, list l list equal to new array list of new array list of created some array list object. I have some list of objects is there. It may be string object or it may be customer object, it may be employee object, it may be anything, department object, anything it contains. Okay, then in that case if you want to check whatever the list, let's say if I am adding, if I am adding of simply I'll go for some practical things. Let's move this list equal to new array list of array list. Okay. New array list of created some array list. created of some array list object. This list object contains okay, multiple types of data, multiple types of data. Let's say assume list dot add of, sorry, small, list dot add of, I can add of puja. Okay, that is one object, string object. What is the type? This one puja is string, right or not? It is a string object. Let's say for example, I have created of one more, I have created one more class. I have created one more class. What is that class? Employee, just simply. Okay, employee. It contains of int, okay, emp number, int emp number. Let's say control shift generate setters and getters. Simply do this. Now I have created of one more class called control n class customer. Okay, now I'm going to int c number, customer number. Okay, c num, generate setters and getters simply. Okay, now if I'm creating of start constructor, doesn't matter. Now let's add. So in this case, first object I have added string object. Let's say I'm going to add of list dot add of new employee. I'm creating one more employee object and adding to list method. Okay, list object, list dot add of new customer object also I'm adding. Okay, so in the list object, in the list, how many types of object is there? In the list, how many types of objects? One is string type object, one is employee type object, another one is customer type object. If yes, we have multiple types of data is there. If you want to know, if you don't know previously what type of data it is returning, okay, then in that case we need to use of we need to use, sorry, yeah, go ahead. Okay, sorry, I didn't notice. Yeah, yeah, sorry. Now where we are, yeah. Now in this case if you want to verify of whenever we are getting the data from the list, by default it will return off by default it will return off object type. By default it will return off object type. Let's say list dot get off, get off. By default it will return off get off. I'm going to get off second object. Okay, one means it will start from 0th position. Okay, I'm getting off first object. It is going to return, what is the return type? Is it is going to return object type. Okay, it is of object obj. Okay, so if you want to know what type of object it is, whether it is a string type object or employee type object or customer type object, then in that case we need to use of instance of operator. Okay, now so in the, what is the first one? It is a string type. It is, that means it is a 0th position. What is the first position object name? Employee object. Second position is customer. So I'm getting a first one, right? Now if obj instance of, there is one instance of employee, then do some operations. System dot okay, so order println enough employee object, employee object. Okay, now let's add up one more. Else if of if obj instance of customer also, it can be anything, right? It can be of customer also. Okay, system dot out dot println enough is of customer object. Okay, next there may be one more chance is there, that is of object of string also, instance of string. Okay, now it is of string, string string object. Okay, now so let's see, one string object is there, one customer employee object is there, one customer object is there. Okay, now which I am passing of the position 1, index 1 I am passing. Then in this case which block it should execute? In this case which block you are expecting to execute, guys? Let's say for example if I am giving 0. Okay, it contains of list of data. Okay, or else if you have confusion, let me print the list object. Okay, not out that println enough list I have printed, right? This object, let's see what it will print. Okay, how many it is printed? One is string, directly it is printed. Next one is employee object. The next one is customer object. Correct or not? Now 0, 1, 2. If I am getting if I am getting the first one, if I am getting first object. Now what is the type of first object? You should tell, guys, what is the type of first object in the list? String. Then in this case, this block should execute. Okay. Now let's run it. Which one is executed? Last one, string object. Right. Now, if I'm using of first one, okay, which one you are expecting? First condition. It is checking the condition whether whatever that is going to return, whatever that is going to return, or else you will get off some data also. Okay, if you want, add of control shift enter. Okay, add customer as well. What type of data that we are inserted, that also will get. Okay, now let me add of customer employee number is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and customer number is 54321. Okay, and so it is going to execute of parameterized constructor. Okay, now let's leave it. Now I want to convert it is, if it is a employee type object, if it is a employee type object, get that value. Okay, convert this object to employee object. Okay, employee, we are doing obj. Okay, and it is of type employee object emp. Okay, now from the emp you need to get of system.out.println emp dot get employee number. Okay, in the same way, right? Customer object, if it is a customer type object, convert that obj into customer object. Convert that obj into customer object. It is of object type. Okay, I'm convert this object into customer object. Okay, and I'm storing that into to some customer object reference cus. Okay, shift ef, and system.out.println of get that customer number. Get customer number. Now let's see. So if it is a first one is a employee type, then automatically it will convert. If you want, I will debug also. Okay, now let's debug it on Java as application. Okay, now let's see while executing it. Okay, it is going to see if it is the instance of employees of type employee object. Okay, now let's it is of employee object, then if condition will satisfy that. Then go inside this. It is of employee object is going created, employee object is printed. Okay. Now we are converting that obj into employee object. The conversion is done. Now employee object is created. From that I'm going to get off the employee number which we are inserted through getter method. Okay. Now again it is going to check off else block, so it will not satisfy that. It is coming out of that. See, f8. Okay, let's say for example, if I am using of 2, if I am using of 2, then in this case which object it is going to execute? Customer object. The first condition will not satisfy. Now let's run as again. Now go step by step. This is of debugging, guys. We need to use of instead of run as, we need to use of debug as Java application. Okay, click on that. Now in this case line by line execution we can verify that. Okay, now for that we need to use of f6 to execute of line by line f6. Okay, it is going to execute of the first condition is not satisfied because it is returning of employee customer object. Okay, but here we are checking it is of employee object condition. Okay, now if it is a customer object, then else block will execute, else if block will execute. So it is going to inside the else if condition. It is printed that customer object. Now it is converting object to customer object and getting a customer number. See, line by line we can verify, and this condition will not satisfy because only customer. See, it is coming out of that. Press F8. Okay, is it clear, right? Is it clear or not, guys? The instance of operator, let me, we can use instance of operator to check that given object is particular type or not, whether the given object is particular type or not. If I want to know the object type is of particular, whether it is employee type object or customer type object or string type object. Okay, if to verify that we can use of instance of operator. Okay, that's what the meaning of this. Okay, let's say for example we can take off what is instance of. In this case the first one should be of reference, first one should be of reference, and second parameter is of it can be a class name or it can be a interface name, anything it can be that. Okay, and if you will go for one more example. Okay, we'll take off one more example, this one. Okay, now let's create a let's comment this part. Let's comment this part. You want copy of this code, I'll explain it. Okay, now so what I have created of one class called thread. Thread is a predefined class, it is not our class, it is a Java people already created this class. So I have created object of thread class, one class I have created. Internally it is extending of, it is implementing of runnable interface. There is some super class is there, super interface. It is the thread class is implementing runnable interface. So it is a subclass of runnable, it is a subclass of runnable. If there is no class is there means by default object class is the, by default object class is super class for every Java class in Java. So if you are not extending also, let's say for example I have created of one class called employee, but I have not extended any class here. Okay, but internally after compilation, compiler will add of object. Compiler will add of object. That means that the super class for employee class is object class. If you are not adding any extents, then at the time of compilation, compiler will extend the object class. In that case, object class is always super class for every class in Java. Okay. Now, let's go to that point where we are. Yeah. Now, what is the superclass for this one thread class, guys? The superclass for thread class is object class, as well as this thread class is implementing runnable interface. Okay. It can be of store either runnable type or object type or thread type. See, first I'm checking what is the T type. T is of type thread class, or is it correct? What is the type of T? T is object. What is the type of object? Which type the T is? Before I give it, what is the type? No, no, no. It is of T. See, T is of type thread. T is of type is thread, guys. See, here I have verified. See, what is the T is the object I have created, right? TH. Okay. TH is of type. Let's see, before what we are doing, employee E equal to new employee. Okay. If it is there, okay, then what is the E type? What is the E type? Or else let's int A equal to 100. Okay. What is of A type? What is the type of variable A? Integer, right? Here, what is the type of E? Employee. Right. Here, what is the type of TH? Thread. Okay. The first it will represent the type of object. Okay. Now in this case, th is of th is of th instance of thread or not. This th object is instance of thread class or not. Correct? Right or not, guys? Th is instance of thread. Instance means it is a object of. Okay, even you can say object of. Okay, th is object of thread class or not. Then in this case, you can say it is true. Okay, and th is instance of object. I said object is superclass for every class. So that means that a subclass object can store any of its superclass reference. Okay, sorry, a superclass reference can store any of its subclass reference. Okay, now I've created of one object th. The superclass of that thread class is object class always. For any class, object is superclass, guys. So it can store up any of its subclass object. So that means that th is instance of object means it is acceptable. Okay. Now th is instance of runnable. Internally it is implementing of runnable interface. It is implementing of runnable interface. So that means that it is of type of runnable also. That is the reason it is not giving any error. Let's say if th is of type is string, th is of type is string, it is checking. So it is saying both are not compatible, both are incompatible. Th is of not string type object. Okay, that is the reason it is throwing off error. So it is not acceptable. So whenever we are using instance of operator, the both operands must be some relation between them. Okay, th is a object type of thread. Okay, the other parameter type is thread class. Both are relational. The th is of object of thread class. The instance of object means because object is superclass for any class, all classes in Java. So that is the reason it is not giving any error. So they both having th and object, both having some relation. Okay, next th is of type thread. The instance of runnable. Why it is runnable is accepting? So the thread class is implementing runnable interface. Thread class is implementing runnable interface. That is the reason the both having the th thread and runnable both having some relation. That is the reason it is not giving any error. If you are using the last one, th is instance of string. So these two are not having any relation. That is the reason it is throwing incompatible types, thread and string. Okay, now next, let's read the point. So the to use of instance of operator compulsory, there should be some relation between argument types. There should be some relation between argument types means the o and the instance of object customer, these two must having some relation. Okay, otherwise compiler will throw error. Okay. See, the to use of instance of operator compulsory, there should be some relation between argument types. Otherwise, we'll get off compilation error saying incompatible types. Okay, clear, guys? Yeah. Now next is bitwise operators. What is bitwise operators? Now let's go and see some examples. Okay, so the bitwise operators are, I'll explain more practically also. And is bitwise and operator. Okay, and operator, and this is of or operator. This will call it as XOR operator. Okay, the first and operator. Okay, if we are using and operator, if we are using and operator, the both argument must be returned true. Both arguments mustn't returns true if both arguments are true. Okay, let's say for example, let's say for example, int a equal to 10. Okay, int b equal to 20. Okay, int c equal to c equal to 30. Okay, and int d equal to 25. Okay, I taken off. Taken off. Already a is available now. So what I'm checking, okay, if a greater than b, okay, and b greater than c, b greater than c. Okay, now, so then in this case, so guys, you need to evaluate this one. Is it true? First condition, a greater than b. Is a greater than b, guys? Yes. A greater than b. What is the return type? What it will return? What it will return? False or true? False. Okay, false. Okay, and what is the second one? Second is also false, right? False. So if false and false both is there, it is false. Okay, if both arguments are true, let's say if I am giving less than, then in this case, what is the return type? What is the both will return? True and true, right? True and true. So if we are using and operator between two arguments, okay, this is also one evaluation, this is also one evaluation. If both arguments left and right, both arguments are true validations, true returning, then only this and operator will return true. Okay, if it is at least one, either this evaluation or this evaluation is returning true at least one, then if you are using or operator in between, then in that case at least one operand is true, one is returning true, then it will return off true. See here, and operator returns true if both arguments are written true. Okay, and or operator returns true if at least one argument is true. Okay, and XR is bit different, that we'll see. Now let's say here, if both are returning true, now in this case I will use of greater than, then ln, this is one condition. I'm adding up one more else block. Okay, this is of if block. Okay, if block. Now system.out.println else block. Okay, now if I'm using of and operator, so which block will execute, guys, this time? Which block will it is going to execute? Just evaluate it. From this you should understood, if both and operator, if I'm using between two arguments, then if both are returning true, then only the condition will satisfy. Okay, if at least one operator is satisfied, if you are using R operator, means at least one condition should return true. Okay, now in this case I'm using of and operator. Okay, so at least two and operator means compulsory the both left side and right side must be written true validation, true only. Okay, this is true, correct. What about the second one? It is returning of false, right or not? B is 20 greater than 30, it is false, right? Then in this case it is going to execute of else block. Now let's see, it is going to execute of else block. Let's say instead of and, if I'm using or operator, if I'm using or operator, then it is going to at least one is true, this is returning true, this is returning false, then in this case it is going to return off if block. Okay, that's what the meaning of and means, compulsory both the left and right argument must return true. Okay, if it is a, if it is and means both left and right must return true, otherwise it will execute of it will return false. If we are using of or operand, or means bitwise or operator, then at least one argument should be either left side or right side, one argument should return true. Okay, now if you are not speaking, can please go on mute, guys. Now XR will give the cap symbol, will call it as a XR operator, bitwise XR operator. This will return true only if both arguments are different. If left side argument is true and right side argument is false, then it will return true. Okay, if left side argument is, at least one argument should be true and other argument should be false. If first argument is true, second argument is false, then it will return true. If first argument is false, second argument is true, then it will return true. If both are true or both are false, it will return always false. If both are written, let's say if I'm using of the symbol, what is the first one? It will return true. Okay, second one also will return. What is this condition will satisfy, guys? Let's say I'm giving brackets for more clarity. In this case, the first condition, first validation expression is returning of true, right? 10 less than 20 means it is returning true. 20 less than 30, this also it is returning true. Okay, then in this case, if both are true and if we are using of XR symbol, if we are using of XR symbol, then it is going to return true, sorry, it is going to return false. Both must not be same type, both must not be same values, so it is going to return a false black, because at least if the first one is returning true, the second one must and should return false. If first one is false, if the second one must and should return true, then only it will return of true. Okay, now let's if I'm giving less than or greater than, then b less than b greater than 20, 20 greater than 30, it is false. Then in that case, now let's see, the first condition is returning true, the second condition is returning false. That means it is executing of if block. See, now from this you should understood, from this point returns true if and only if both arguments are different. Both arguments are different. Arguments means left side argument and right side argument. If both are returning, or else directly you can use this is true, if I'm giving this is false. Okay, then only it will return if block will execute. If block will execute, if both are true or both are false, then always it will go to else block. The first condition will not satisfy. If I'm using false, if I'm using false, then it will not return if block. Always it will go to else block. At least if it is false, this must be true. At least one argument is false, one argument is true, then only it will return execute or if block in this case. Okay, for example, if I'm using and symbol, if I'm using and symbol, which one will execute now, guys? You should tell. What is and means? Both argument must be, both arguments must be not same, must be true. True. If both are true, then only this condition will execute. See, now in this case, it is going to return else block. If I am using this also true, then if both are true, then it will return if block. Okay. If it is false, and if I am using or symbol, if I am using or, then at least one, see, returns true if at least one argument is true. So out of two, one is true, right side is true is there, then in this case this condition will satisfy. It will execute of if block. See, clear? If both are false means, then again it will go to else block. At least one is must be true out of two. Okay, either this one or second one, any one is must be true. Is it clear, guys? Yeah, if we are remembering these three conditions, and means both arguments must be true, or means at least one argument must be true, at least one. Okay, if both are true also fine, at least one is must be true. If you are using XOR, out of two arguments, if one is true means otherwise must be false. If first one is for true means second one must be false. If first is false, second one must be true. Okay, at least both must be different types. Remember, both must be different types. If the left argument is true means right side must be false. If the here it is false means here it is must be true if we are using XOR operator. Okay, that's what the meaning of this one. See here, I have given examples also. Now we can apply these operators. We can apply these operators for integral types also. Till now we are using boolean, all those things, right? Now we can use these things for integral types also, integer numbers also we can apply. Now let's say for example, let's say for example of that 20 ln of 4 and symbol of 5. 4 and symbol of 5 means what is the output that you are expecting? I'll explain. Okay, it is not true and false, guys, it will give some number. Okay, how it is giving number means, now let me explain. Okay, now let's explain what is the integer type, right? Both are integers, right? So if I'm using, now let's go. What is the binary representation of 4? What is the binary representation, guys, for 4? Binary representation means this one. 2 power 0, 0 into 2 power 0, 0. 0 into 2 power 1, 0. 1 into 2 power 2, 4. Not clear, guys, this one? 1 into 2 power 2. Okay. 2 power 2. Then what? 2 into 2, 4, right? And 0 into, not clear. Okay. Let's go to word. Okay. 4 representation is, I'm telling 100, right? Right. So I said 1 into 2 power 2. Okay. Plus this is the first one. Okay. Next, for the 0, 0 into 2 power 1. Okay. 2 power 1 plus again 0 into 0 into multiply 2 power 0. 2 power 0. Yeah, tell me what is the value of these three things, guys? 0 into 2 power 0, what is the value? Guys, 0 into 2 power 0, 0, right? Yeah. 0 plus next 0 into 2 power 1, 0, and 1 into 2 power 2, 1. 1 into 2 power 2. 2 power 2 means 2 square. 2 square means 2 into 2, 4, right? 4 into 1, 4. Right? The 100, the binary representation is 4. Right? For 5. Tell me for 5, what is the binary representation of 5? Yes, correct. 101 is 5, right? Now do our AND operation. Okay? 4 is 100. 5 means 101, right? Now equal. Yeah. Now I'm telling I'm using OR operator, guys. I'm using OR operator. Sorry. 01. I want to use, sorry, not OR. I'm using of AND operator, right? What is mean by AND operator? What is mean by AND operator now? Returns true if and only both are true. If both arguments are true means then only it will return true. Right? Now from this you should tell 1, 0 and 1. What is the meaning of this? What it will return? Both are not true, right? This is false. This is true, right? Then in this case it will return of 0. Right or not? Both 0 and 0, 0. Next. Both 0 and 0 are 0. 1 and 1, true and true, it is returning of true. Right? 1 and 1, true. 0 and 0, 0. 0 and 1, 0. This is a binary representation, guys. What is point? What is 100 means? 4. That's what is this one. Now let's run it. It is returning 4. Let's say if I am using OR operand, I am using OR, then you should tell at least one is true. At least 1 is true. What is the 0 and 1? What is mean by 0 and 1? 1. This is 0 means false, 1 means true. Okay, just assume. Okay. Now, at least 1 is true. It will return true. Both are false, false. Both are true, true. Then what is the value of this one? 5. 101 means 5. Now, let's run it. It is giving of 5. Right? Right or not? Now, if I am using cap symbol, if I am using cap symbol, what is the output now? Now, run it and then I will explain it. What it is giving? 1. What it is giving? 1. Why it is giving 1? See here, guys. If at least one is true, one is false, then in that case only it will return true. If both are true, both are false, it will return off false. This is some mathematical things, guys. Okay. 100 is 4. Okay. 101 means 5. If you are using bit XOR operator, if you are using XOR operator, then so if both are, see, returns true if and only if both arguments are different. So in this case 0 and 1 is there, it will return off 1. Okay. Next, the first argument is 0, second argument is also 0. It is in this case it will return 0, false. Okay. 1 and 1, even both are same. In this case also it is going to return false. So 001 means what is the value? 1, right? Guys, this is some mathematical things, guys. Minimum things you should understood. Okay. This is of 011 means it is of 1. If you are using XOR means. Okay. How to tell? Guys, one more thing let me tell you. Already I have explained that. Okay. Binary representation means what is the byte length, guys? What is the byte? How many bytes it can? How many bits it can store? 8 bits, right? So how many? What is the max value for byte? Byte means equal to 8 bits. 8 bits, right? 8 bits means it is of 8101s, either zeros or ones. Binary form means it is of zeros and ones. Okay, the representation of byte is 8 bits. Okay, the max value and min value is minus 128 to, okay, plus 127. Okay, in between this range only we can use of 8 bits. Okay, let's say for example, okay, for 10 binary representation is, okay, 10 binary representation is 108 1010 I am thinking. So how can I say that it is 1010? 0 into 2 power 0, 0. 0 into 2 power 1, 2. 0 into 2 power 2, 0. 1 into 2 power 3. 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 2, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. Guys, already I explained this representation. Let's say here only we'll take it. One more. Okay. 10, this one take it as 1, we'll take a 0. And the second one is 1 into, this is the first one is 0, second one is 1 into 2 power 1. This is 0 into 2 power 2. Now plus 1 into 1 into 2 power 3. 2 power 3. What is the value of 2 power 3 now? Tell me what is the value for this? 1010 means it is 10. I'm representing binary form. Okay, 1 into 2 power 3, it is of 8, plus 0 into 2 power 2, 0. Okay, 1 into 2 power 1, plus 0 into 2 power 0, 0, right? Like this, we need to represent the numbers internally. It will represent this binary form only whenever we are doing any calculations. Okay, if you are not from mathematical background means then bit difficult to understood these things. Okay, but try to understood this. Okay, now next to, you can repeat my video again, guys. Maybe you will understood that. Okay, in maybe one set you might not understood that. Okay, and now even this case also will use of 2's complement. Okay, it is of some mathematical things. Okay, now bitwise complement operator, bitwise complement operator, that is called tilde symbol. We'll call tilde symbol as bitwise complement operator or not. Okay, now let's see. If we are using, till now we are using and, or, and XOR operator. Now we are using of, XOR or bitwise tilde operator. I'm using of tilde operator. If I'm using this one, it is going to print off 4 is printed. If I'm using tilde symbol, okay, now let's see what is the value it will print. Maybe some doubt, right? No issue. Let's see. It is printing of what it is printing? Minus 5. Why minus 5 it is printing? Okay, now let's see. Let me explain that. Whenever, see, we can apply tilde operator only for integral types but not for boolean. We can't use this tilde symbol for boolean variables. This is only for integral types we can use this tilde symbol. If you are trying to for, if you are using for boolean operator, will get up some compilation error. Okay, now let's see the example of how the tilde symbol of 4 is going output as minus 5, minus 5. Let's see internally. Normally, whenever we are using tilde symbol, if it is a negative symbol means the most significant bit is becoming sign bit. Now let's say, for example, what is the 4 value, guys? Now it is of int type. 4 means it is of int type. What is the int? How many bits int is having? How many bits or how many bytes? 32 bits or 4 bytes, right? So if I want to represent 4 means, if I want to represent 4, then it is of 32 32 32 bits, like this it will store. Okay, like this, and then of 0 1 0 0. Let's assume 32 zeros before there are some 28 zeros is there, assume. Okay, now this is of integer representation of 4 value in the binary form. Okay, now always the first bit, always the first 0 or 1 will represent the sign bit. First bit will represent the most significant bit, first one. Okay, first one will represent sign bit, either positive number or negative number. It will say, if it is a 0 means it is positive number. The first bit is 0 means it is positive number. If it is 1 means it is of negative number. Okay, that is the rules, guys. Okay, if it is a 1 means it is a negative number. If it is 0 means it is of positive number. Right now our 4 positive 4 value is represented as like this. Okay, now if I'm using, if we are using of tilde of 4 means, tilde symbol means, for tilde of 4 means it is reversing all zeros to ones, ones to zeros. Okay, now It is reversing of 1. All once it will go, and 1 0 1 1. This is the 1 value. So for this ones complement, we'll call this as a ones complement also. Ones complement means whatever the value that we have, it will change from zeros to 1, ones to 0. That we will call it as a ones complement. Okay. Now for the ones complement, if we are adding 1, if we are adding 1 means, then that will called as two's complement. Only one, guys. If you are adding 1 to 1's complement, this is a single 1. Then now I am going to calculate the output. So this is of reversing zeros to 1, we will call it as a 1's complement. For the 1's complement, I am adding 1. Then it will become 2's complement. Okay. Now let's see. Now let's see. It is of zeros are all zeros and one negative symbol, right? For this add of all ones complement, first we need to do, okay, tilde symbol of 4 means all ones is converted. This is a positive number. This is of tilde means convert all ones to zeros. Okay. Now for this you need to add of two's complements to represent that. Okay. Now all ones will become zeros. All ones become zeros. Okay, 0, 1, 0, 0. For this, add of 1 value. For this, add of 1 value. 0 and 1 is 0 and 1. Yeah. 0 and 1 is 0 and 1 is 1. Okay. Now, between these two only, guys, not these two. Between these two only, 0 and 1 is 1. Next is 0. Okay. Again third one is 1. Okay. Third one is 1. Not the first one is 0 and 1, 1, 0 and 0 only, 0. The third one is 1. Remaining all are zeros. Remaining all are zeros. See, remaining all are zeros. Remove the first one is sign bit. Okay. 0, sorry, not this. This is 1. I'm giving and 1 0. Okay, or better. So the remaining all are zeros will come. Okay, remaining all are zeros will come. Just assume I'm giving dot dot. The first symbol is sign bit. The first symbol of that one is sign bit. Sign bit means 1 means it is of negative number. 1 means it is of negative number. Let's explain. See, the most significant bit act as most significant bit means the first one. Okay, first one. So the most significant bit act as a signed bit. 0 means positive number, 1 means negative number. Okay, the positive numbers will be represented directly in the memory, whereas negative numbers will be represented indirectly in the form of two's complement. Okay, two's complement. So first, this is the tilde of 4. I am doing a one's complement. If you are adding plus 1 to one's complement, then it will become two's complement. If you are calculating these two value, we'll get a first one is negative symbol. 1 means negative sign, and this 101 means it is a 5. So it is becoming minus 5. The meaning of that. So it is bit difficult to understand if you are not from mathematical background, guys. Okay. It is bit difficult to understand math if you are not from mathematical background, the meaning of that, guys. If do one thing, guys, just check in the online what is mean by one's complement and two's complement, all those things, and binary representation if you are not clear in this case. Okay. That's what I can help you. So whatever possible I can from my side. If you are not from mathematical background means you may not understood this fully. So for those guys who doesn't understood this, just go and verify of that one's complement, two's complement, and what is the binary representation of the numbers. Okay, it's okay guys. the the only today's class and tomorrow's class only very mathematical things guys. Today's only mathematical. I don't have any other I think yeah, one more class is there, mathematical things of one's complement and two's complement. Okay, that you should understood. If you are whatever I have explained today, you go through that, or else you can verify from the online what is mean by one's complement and two's complement. So maybe we will understood of a better way tomorrow's class. Okay. Okay, that's what for today's class, guys. So please revise it and then come for tomorrow's. If not understood, you can verify in the online also what is meant by one's complement and two's complement, and then come for tomorrow's class. I'll explain of some typecasting is there. That time we need of this two's complement. Okay, okay, guys. Yeah, that's what for today's class. We'll meet again on tomorrow. Thank you.